welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Nika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So let's have a heart-to-heart conversation about being prideful. There's nothing wrong with having pride and being proud of yourself about certain things, but there is a problem when you allow pride to limit everything that you can have, limit your friendships, limit the jobs you can have, limit different things you can succeed in life. If you would stop being so prideful, if you will allow yourself to learn more things and not think that you know everything, to allow yourself to ask for help when you know that you need help, to allow yourself to say I'm sorry when you know you need to say you're sorry. Like, stop being so prideful where you're just like, oh, well, I'm not apologizing. I'm not going to beg anybody to stay on their job. I'm not going to beg anybody to be with me. I'm not going to ask for money because I don't want people talking about me. You know, when you have too much pride, it will keep you stuck in a space where you are struggling and alone, and you feel alone. And you don't have to. We are blessed with people in our lives for reasons, seasons, or lifetimes. So if people are in your life, utilize them. They're not there just because there's somebody to talk to once in a while or somebody to say hey to once in a while. God is very strategic. He allows people in your life even to teach you lessons. So utilize people. If they're there, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I am on hard times, I need help. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know, even asking for a babysitter if you are a single parent. It's nothing wrong with those kind of things. There's nothing wrong with it. We extend ourselves and stress ourselves out and deplete our resources when we try to do things on our own because of pride. I've been that person. That person's like, I'm not going to ask. I'm going to go out here. If I have to work 2 jobs, I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to ask my child's dad to help me in times where he should be helping me with his child. And I allowed myself to feel like I was alone, and then it made me bitter, it made me angry, because I'm like, why do I have to do everything and I get no help? But that wasn't even my reality. The reality was my pride was standing up too strong. Instead of Mika showing up for herself and saying, hey, you know what, you need to help. Hey, you know what, I need help. You know, I need this job. I need these friends. I need to apologize. I need to let somebody know when they hurt my feelings. I need to speak up for myself. Instead of me doing that, I would just harvest everything inside and just hold on to it and just grow more and more bitter and angry, because the people who I felt like owed me an apology, or who I felt like, you know, they needed to know that what the way that they was treating me, or the things that they said has hurt my feelings, has scarred me in some type of way. My pride would not allow me to say anything, because I was like, I'm not going to let them know that they hurt my feelings. Like, they're not going to get the best of me. That's how I used to think. And that wasn't hurting them, because they were still living their life and doing whatever they wanted to do. And, you know, I was still calling them friend or calling them my partner, whatever the case was. But I was the one hurting me, not only because of what they said or what they've done, but because I was refusing to allow them to know, hey, that really hurt my feelings, because I wanted to be strong, quote unquote strong, the strong person. I wanted to make it like, oh, everything rolls off my back. As long as you don't put your hands on me, I'm good. But I wasn't. You know, and then there was times where, you know, financially I needed assistance. And I was too prideful to ask for help. Yeah, your girl's been on food stamps before. And I had to, but you know, I literally sat in the car and cried before I went inside and asked for assistance. And I knew that I needed it. I was sinking. Now, I was already sunk, but I was just too prideful with this little girl, because my baby was young, really young at that time, like 4. And I was just like, you know, I don't want to ask for help. If I got to just work extra time, which I was taking time away from my child to try to find ways to make extra money on top of working a full-time job, on top of going to school. So it was too much. I was drained. I was exhausted. I was not my best self. I was not a good mom, because I was not showing up for her the way that she needed me to. Yeah, I was taking care of her. But kids, especially at that age, they need more than you just financially taking care of them and feeding them. They need your time. And that's what I was not giving. I was willing to sacrifice that in order to not say, hey, I need help, not ask family for help, not go get food stamps when I needed it. And I did that for like 4 or 5 months, and I finally went and got on assistance, public assistance, And I cried and cried. I cried. I did not want to be put on food stamps. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be another statistic, even though it's life. It's not hurting nobody. Like everything else was paid for. Everything else, I paid for on my own. But I just needed some assistance to make sure I had extra money to feed my child. And there was times I would go hungry to make sure that she could eat, just because I didn't want to ask for help. But once I finally buckled down and let go of that pride and I asked for help, things were so much easier for me. And it made me feel really dumb in the moment, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, I was doing all this for what? Like, just because I didn't want to ask for help, I'd rather struggle and take time away from my child, time that she deserved because she didn't ask to be here, time that she deserved. I took that away just because I didn't want to let people know I was struggling. I needed help. And the resource is there. It's available for anybody. So times like that, pride will have you looking stupid. I'm not trying to call you stupid, but it will have you looking stupid because it will make you do some of the most ridiculous things, take the wrong way in life. It will make it where you have to do the most to get the absolute minimal. I promise you. So stop being so prideful. If you need help, ask for help. If you need to apologize, go in there and apologize to the person you need to apologize to. Don't let friendships go. Don't have a situation with your family where you guys have tension because you don't want to apologize for something you may have said or done. Even if you don't feel like it was wrong, get an understanding of it and apologize. It's not going to hurt you to say, you know what, I apologize. I'm sorry that what I said offended you in this way. I didn't mean it this way. This is what I really meant by it, but I am sorry that you felt that I was saying this, and I do apologize for that because I can understand how you may have understood it this certain way. That's not trying to be spiteful, like some people like, I'm sorry you felt that way. No, it's just saying like, hey, I really did not mean it this way, and I do apologize that that's the way that you heard me say it, and I understand why you felt that way. I can see it from your point of view why you may have thought that this is what I meant, but this is actually what I meant, and I'm so sorry. And stand on that, and then make sure that you're cautious of the things that you say moving forward. Or if you have to explain yourself, do it. Stop being so prideful. If somebody's hurt you, make sure you let them know. They're not going to know that they said something or done something that hurt you if you don't say nothing. You're just walking around with a smile on your face, or you're walking around bitter. They don't know why you're even mad. You're just walking around with a sour look on your face, and you expect them to know that they made you mad. Quit having so much pride. Pride will destroy you. At the end of the day, you're not hurting anybody but yourself and the ones closest to you. So if you're a parent, you're definitely making them suffer in the moments that you're trying to be too prideful. You don't want to ask for help, but you know you're behind on some bills, and you know if you don't pay these bills, your life's going to be cut off. You're going to be put out your apartment or your home. Your kids aren't going to eat. Stop it. Stop being that person. You can't do everything. You're not a hero. I know you may feel like it. You may feel like you can conquer everything, but everybody needs somebody. That's why there's multiple of us. That's why God allows people in our lives to be able to offer us the help that we may need in certain seasons of our life. You never know. If you don't open your mouth, you won't know that what that person can offer you. But if you're standing on pride, you're not going to open your mouth. And that's not fair to you. And that's also taking away that person's ability to be blessed, because they're supposed to help you. In return, God blesses them. And it's not just about what God can do for them, but it's just, if you're not allowing me to be the assistance that God has positioned me to be in your life, because you don't want to say nothing, or you don't want to ask me for help, or you don't want to, be honest and let me know that you're struggling with something, then I can't be of service to you the way that God had planned or had ordained for me to be. You get what I'm trying to say? But y'all let me know what you think. As always, just be polite and courteous in the comment box below, because we're not here to be judgmental towards one another. We're just here to help uplift spirits, uplift one another's minds and the way that we think, see things in different ways, and to just know that we're not alone. We've all been there, and this is in no way to judge anybody. We've all been there. I'm just saying, let's choose a healthier way of thinking, a healthier way of doing things, so we don't have to struggle. We don't have to feel like the load of the world is on our backs, when we can ask for help, when we can save our relationships, when we can save our marriages, if we stop being too prideful. But you let me know what you think. We'll keep the conversation going, and we will talk next time. Bye.